Hey guys, in this video, let us learn how to stop cascading failures in case of an exception or error in any of the microservices. That is, when microservices are communicating between each other, if an exception or error or bug occurs in any one of the microservice, the whole chain will be down. So, we need to find a methodology to stop cascading failures. Netflix OSS has come up with a library called as Hystrix. Hystrix is a fault tolerance library. It also uses circuit breaker design pattern. Hystrix is now in maintenance mode. There are few other alternatives to Hystrix. They are Resilience 4G and Sentinel. Let me explain how Hystrix will work. Assume we have three services: order service, cart service and product service. Order service is communicating to cart. Cart in turn is communicating to product service. Product service will return the result to cart service. Cart service will return the result to order service after doing some functionality. Suppose in case if the product service is down, then an exception will be thrown from product service to cart service. Cart service again will throw the exception to order service. Now the same exception will be propagated and finally it will reach the UI. So, this is called as the cascading failures, that is propagating from one service to the other service. Now, as a developer, we need to find a methodology to stop cascading failures. For that, we need to add this Hystrix library to the microservices. If we add Hystrix to the microservices, if an exception or error occurs in any other microservice, instead of throwing the exception, I can send a fallback method with some dummy result. Let us talk about our application. Already we have created product service and cart service. Now let us create order service. In order service, I will add the Hystrix library. You can add Hystrix library to all the microservices. But just for demonstration purpose, I am adding Hystrix library only to order service. Let us go back to STS. Here I have service registry, product service and cart service. All the three are up and running. Now let us create the order service by using a Spring Starter project. The service name is order, group ID is order app, package is order app, description order service. Click next. Select Eureka Discovery Client, Lombok, Spring Boot DevTools, Web. Together with that I need Hystrix. I can search for Hystrix. I'll select it. You can see it is in maintenance mode. Click Finish. The application is getting created. Now the idea over here is I want to do a checkout and place the order. So those are the two methods that I will be having in the controller. Together with that, I want to handle the exception or error that may occur due to the cascading failures across multiple microservices. In our case, order service is connecting to cart service is connecting to product service. If any of these services are down, I may get an exception. I want to handle the exception and give a fallback method with dummy values to the end user. Let us see how we can achieve this. Now my application is ready. I'll open it. So this is the main class, annotated with @enable Eureka client. Also add @enable Hystrix. If you are working with any other circuit breaker design pattern, then you can use @enable circuit breaker also. Now as usual we need the model class. I will copy it from cart service. I'll change the package name com.orderapp.model. We have got the product class. Together with that, we also need one other model class called as order. Because we are in order service, when the user places an order, I want to give the order details to him. Here we are not creating a very big e-commerce application. The idea over here is I want everybody to understand the concepts of microservices. Together with that, we are trying to replicate a minimal version of an e-commerce application. Now let me create a new class. The class name is order. Again, I will have all the three annotations and few instance variables. The first one is order ID, then list of products that the user has ordered, then the total cost or the total price for the products ordered, then the address details. So I'm simply going to have street name and city. If this is a real-time scenario, you will be having a separate class as address, wherein you will be having the flat number, street name, city, state, zip code, all the address details of the user. I am making this minimal. Okay, I'll import it. Now let us create the controller. Class.controllers. The class name is order controller, annotated with @rest controller, @request mapping. You can copy all this from the previous application only the name changes. So here it is order service. Now as I told here, I am just going to have two methods. One is a checkout method, wherein I will be getting the list of products from the cart service. Once I have got the list of products, I need to place the order. So let me create it. Public list of products, checkout, public order, place order. What about the mapping part? Here, think of a scenario in a monolithic application. Once you have added all the items to the cart, it will be stored in a session and then it can be taken across multiple pages. This is a microservice. In case of a microservice, the end UI is going to call a particular service, and when the elements are added to the cart, it goes to the UI. Now, it is the responsibility of the UI to give the list of products so that I can do a checkout. Here we don't have a UI, so directly I am going to pass the category and brand so that I will be getting the list of products. So my mapping goes like this. Get mapping /checkout /category /brand, and we need to use the path variable. Let me just copy it from the previous application only. We will write the logic later. For the second method, again I need to use @get mapping. In this case, when the user is going to place order, he has to give his details. In my application, I am just going to get the street name and city, right? So I'll just give /place-order /street name /city, and here also let me add the path variables, street name and city. Okay, if you see in the cart service application, in the controller, we are auto wiring REST template. We are getting the base URI. Using the REST template, we are making a call to the other service. But because we have used Hystrix, we will not be using the REST template directly in order controller. Instead, we will create a service layer. From the service layer, we will make a REST API call to the other service. So for that, we need a service layer. Let me create a new service class. New class. Let me change the package also. Order app.service, and this is going to be order service. So what actually we are doing is, we are shifting the functionality of calling other microservice from the controller to service. In order service, let me annotate it with @service. I need to auto wire REST template. So let me copy it from the previous application. I also need the base URI. I'll copy that also. Now here we are calling the cart service. So I'll give the base URI as cart service /cart service. Now here we need to have two methods. One is the checkout method, the other one is place order. I will write the raw code first and then we will modify. So here it is going to be public list product checkout, and within this, using the REST template, you will be calling the method REST template dot get for object, and you will have to pass the URI comma list dot class, just like we have done in the previous application. This is going to return a list of linked hash map. That also you know. But now the question is, we need to pass the category and brand. How to pass the category and brand? It is available in the controller. So what we can do is, we will auto wire order service in controller, and from the controller we will call the method of order service. So I'll go to order controller, side by side I will do it. I will auto wire order service. Okay. From within this, I will call order service dot checkout. Inside checkout, I'll pass the category comma brand. Okay. This has to return a list of products. That is my expectation. Product list. Now we'll go and modify the other method. Order service. I have a checkout method which takes string category, string brand. Now that I have got the category and brand, I can frame the URI. URI equal to base URI plus slash. I'll go to cart controller. I'm just going to call this method add many to cart. In order service, add many to cart plus category plus slash plus brand. Okay, this REST template is going to return me a list of linked hash map. Already we have done the logic in cart controller, so I am just going to copy it as such. Few modifications we will do. I don't need this line. So here I have got the list of linked hash map, iterating through the list, getting all the products, creating one by one product and adding it to the product list over here. And this product we have copied from there, that's why this import is wrong. I'll import it. Now fine, and the last line should be return product list. Okay, and similarly let us try the next method. It should be public order place order. Now let me go to the order controller. In the order controller I have street name and city. These two variables I need to pass it to place order method. So it is order service dot place order. Pass street name comma city, and this should return an order object. So directly I can give return statement. We'll go and modify the method in order service. Place order takes string street name comma string city, and we are returning an order object, so I have to create an order object directly. Order equal to, I'm having a parameterized constructor which is expecting an order ID, list of products. Already you are having the product list, which is nothing but the instance variable. The third one is total. So from where will I get the total? I need to get the price of all the items, add it to get the final price. Street name and city has come already from the controller. So here I will iterate through the product list. Let me create a local variable double total equal to 0, total plus equal to product dot get price, and here the spelling is wrong, product list. And what about order ID? I'll create an instance variable as order ID, int order ID, and I will increment it here plus plus order ID and return the order. Okay, fine. Till now we have not added anything related to Hystrix. First let us try running this application and then we will add Hystrix and check the output. I'll go to order controller. In order controller also everything is fine. Yeah, here I need to add a return statement. Return product list. So I hope this part is clear. We have shifted our focus from controller to service layer. That is, we have shifted our functionality of calling another microservice from the controller to the service layer. Okay, fine. Now the next part is we need to create the YAML file. As usual, I will copy it from the previous application. Application.yaml. Change the port number to 7083. The application name is order service. Let me start this application. Select the main class, run as Spring Boot app. The other two services are already running together with the Eureka service registry. Now let me maximize the console. Okay, we have auto-wide REST template. I forgot to add the bean annotation. I'll copy it from the other application. The main class, I forgot to add this. In order service in the main class, adding the bean. Maximize console. Okay, the application has restarted and it is available in port number 7083. Now let me open the browser. Let me open the service registry. All the three services are up and running: cart service, order service and product service. I will open all the three. Let me start from product service. So this is the product service slash products by category slash mobiles. So this is giving me 2 products. I'll change it to laptops. This should give me 4 products. Now coming to 7082, this is cart service. This also already we have done. Cart service slash add many to cart slash laptops slash Lenovo. This has to give me 2 products by category laptops and brand Lenovo. Now coming to the third service. Now let me check the URL for order service. Checkout slash category slash brand. So it is order hyphen service slash checkout slash laptops slash Lenovo. I should get the same output just like the cart service. Yeah, I have got 2 products. after doing the checkout, we need to place the order. So here, remove this, place hyphen order slash street name slash city, ABC street slash Bangalore. Wow, I have got the output. Here I have got the order ID as 1, the list of products that we have added. So I have got 2 laptops, then total. The total cost of both the laptops, street name and city. So as I told, I am just showing a very minimal version of an e-commerce application. The idea over here is we have to learn all the concepts of microservices. This is all good to go. Now let us understand what is the use of Hystrix and where it is applicable. I'll go back to STS. Here, I'll stop the product service. We are in spring-product app-product. I'll stop the service. Okay. I'll go back to the browser. In Eureka, let me refresh. I'm getting only 2 services. Now I'll come back to the product service. If I refresh, I'm getting the connection error. Now I'll come to cart service. I'll refresh. I'm getting an exception. Because we have not added Hystrix to cart service, I'm getting the exception directly. Now I'm coming to order service. The exception that has occurred in cart service will be propagated to order service. We will try to do the same checkout laptops Lenovo. I will refresh. In cart service, an exception has occurred because product service is down. Because we have not added Hystrix or any other fault tolerance library in cart service, the exception is directly thrown to any other microservice that is calling cart service. Now let us come to order service. Here also I am getting the exception. We have added Hystrix but we have not used it properly. That is why we are getting the exception. It means the exception has propagated from cart service to order service. Though we have added the Hystrix library, because we have not added any fallback method, the order service again will throw this exception to any other microservice that is calling order service. So we need to add the appropriate fallback methods in order service. I am not bothered about cart service. Cart service anyways will throw the exception to order service. Order service should not throw the exception to other microservices. That is the idea over here. Go to order service. In order service, we are going to add the fallback method. Let us now make use of the Hystrix library. For that, the first step is annotate the methods with Hystrix command, @Hystrix command, within which you need to give the fallback method name. I'll give the fallback method name as fallback appended with the original method name, checkout. So what should be the signature of the fallback method? It should be just similar to the original method. I'm copying and pasting it. The method name is fallback checkout. And I can say return new array list. So instead of throwing an exception, I'm just going to give an empty array list. So in the browser, you will be seeing only an empty array list. How this will work? You are making a communication to the other microservice, in our case cart service. When the other microservice is going to return an exception, in our case, if the cart service is going to return an exception, instead of throwing the exception to the controller, automatically the fallback method will be called. So you are going to return an empty array list to the controller. This controller will show the empty array list to the other microservices. What about place order method? In case of place order method, we are not making a REST API call to any other microservice. So we don't have to use @Hystrix command. Even if you are trying to call this together with an incremented order ID, the rest of the things will be null. Now let me save this. We'll go back to the browser. This is the same error page. Let me refresh this. Now you are getting an empty list. I am coming back to cart service. I'll refresh. I'll get the same exception. So I hope you can understand. Because we have added Hystrix, even though cart service is going to throw the exception to order service, we are not throwing the exception back to the controller. Instead, we are calling the fallback method. The fallback method is returning an appropriate result. In our case, it is returning an empty array list. Okay. So this is how Hystrix works. it is always better that if you add Hystrix to all the microservices. You can also add Hystrix to cart service. But in that case, you cannot add it directly to cart controller. You have to shift your focus or shift your functionality of calling the other microservice in a service layer, and there you need to add the fallback methods. This is how you use the fault tolerance library Hystrix. What if you want to monitor your application? For that, we have to use Hystrix dashboard. We will discuss about the Hystrix dashboard in the next video. Thank you.